before we move off on the Drake subject, recently, I think DJ Vlad, right? Was it Vlad?
Yep, DJ Vlad
brought up in an interview that he feels that because of Drake's status as the most popular Jewish man in the world, that he should be speaking up, as well as DJ Khaled, one of the most famous Palestinians in the world, about the events that are going on in Hamas, Israel, and the Palestine region. So your thoughts on Vlad saying that, and then do you think these guys should be saying something in the midst of all the craziness happening this last couple of weeks?
I mean, I get Vlad's frustration, especially if you think you're seeing these artists do speak out on completely trivial, insignificant stuff like Drake beefing with Joe Budden, while Palestinians and Israelis are being slaughtered. Like, I understand that perspective, but I think we need to, just like Kendrick said, like, these rappers are not your saviors. So unless they feel compelled to speak on it, I really do not want to hear some uneducated, inauthentic take just because they have influence and money. Like Cardi B speaking of Biden was like one of the dumbest, like, curated things I've ever seen. And it's just because they're trying to influence the youth. I get it, but I think we need to stop reaching out to people who know absolutely nothing about these causes to just say some shit and build awareness. And I think that they're using the risk of losing money in business and partnerships as an excuse for why they're not doing it. But some people just don't want to mix that with their art and career, because there's no like perfect way to approach it. It's just like not worth the effort.
There's no
sometimes.
PR class you can go to that means you're like, it's not gonna, you're gonna offend someone, and also just may sound stupid and like really just make people look at you in a certain way. But dude, it's tough, man, because like I think about this comedy special that Chappelle had back in the day. He made a comment about 9/11 on TRL. I think I may have said this before, and then on TRL, Carson Daly like cuts to like, we have Ja Rule on the phone and he wants to share his opinion on and it's like, who gives a fuck about what Ja Rule has to say about this? Like, he's a New Yorker, terrorist attacks in New York. It's like, bro, no one gives a fuck what Ja Rule has to say on this. And again, it's not the same thing, obviously, but bro, like, I don't see what the upside is here, right? Like, what is Drake or Khaled gonna say that's gonna make you be like, oh, they get it? You know what I mean? Like, someone's gonna be offended, right? And then, dude, what if they literally don't know what the fuck is happening? Bro, what if they are that oblivious, right? What if they are in their own little bubble and don't have the facts, right? They're all confused the same way we're confused. And it's like, bro, like, I have enough friends and people I love on both sides. Bro, I'm not getting involved in this shit. You know what I mean? Like, let me know who I can help, bro. Like, if there is a mission that is sending food and clothing and helping people out, I'm all for that on both sides. But as far as me to tell you what's right or what's wrong over a situation I literally am not informed enough about, I feel uncomfortable trying to understand more, because now I'm questioning like my own like previous, understandings of it. It's like, bro, like, I'm good, dude. So I can even imagine these guys at obviously a gazillion higher level saying like, bro, like, nah, man, I'm Jewish. I love my Jewish people, but there's no need for me to make comment about this. Like, I don't know enough, right? Like, and anyway, kudos to people who do, because I know you sent me a thing and I saw a couple more things of Kalani standing up for Palestinian rights. It's so funny, bro, because not funny, but how a week ago, I then saw you offline, like, if you weren't supporting Israel, you are insane. And now it's like, bro, if you are not supporting Palestine, you are a fucking moron. I'm like, bro, like,
or colonizer, name it.
It's so wild, bro. So, dude, again, if you and I are confused as like young 30-year-old men, like, dude, what, like, dude, obviously who have like corporate jobs and we're afraid of saying the right or wrong thing to fucking not get fired or not to offend an acquaintance from fucking the 9th floor. Imagine these guys who have millions and millions and millions of dollars on the line on top of like, bro, I also don't know. So I'm not a politician. Like, who gives a fuck, kind of a thing.
Right. And who's to say Drake isn't, or Khaled, either of them aren't donating behind the scenes or doing things behind the scenes. Like, they very well could be. And like you said, I don't think there's a whole lot they can do except piss off one side over the other, or maybe even piss off everybody. But yeah, I'm not excited about the idea of encouraging celebrities who have nothing to do with really important issues and forcing them to say something that is potentially going to do more harm than good.
Yeah, dude, especially because I think we were talking about this a couple episodes ago, like thinking about like the Black Lives Matter movement, COVID, like that whole time, bro, that whole time of us being like isolated at home and like everyone was speaking about everything, bro. Like everyone had an opinion.
Yeah.
Bro, in hindsight, kind of cringy, right? Kind of like, bro, why do I care that this D-list fucking actress is telling me I should wear a fucking mask? Like, it's like, bro, like just because, again, dude, we love music, so we have a hobby that you and I sit down together for an hour and a half every week for 3 years to do this, right? But I can understand if someone's like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Cool. You know what I mean? So like, but now that we're saying, hey, you have a platform, you have to say something. Dude, I don't think they have to say anything, dog. Like, I don't think they owe us that, bro. Like, they owe to make us good content of whatever the fuck they produce. Like, I feel like that's the arrangement here. You know what I mean? Like, you now giving me a hit, and now I have to go to you for vaccine updates. Do not fucking matter in my life, right? So I think the same thing should apply to this, bro. It's like, dude, I don't go to Drake for his political views on what Israel should or shouldn't be doing in the Middle East. Like, dude, like this guy's like, why, bro? Like,
right.
At no point.
And he's never been that type of person.
Correct, bro. Like, if I'm gonna go to him with advice, it's like, yo, how can I pull an Israeli chick, bro? Like, what do you do to talk to them? But as far as like this is, why would I ever go to him for anything besides like stuff like that, bro? This guy's never spoken about any political matters at all. So I'm not saying I support it, but I understand why him and other artists and whatever people from that platform are just like staying quiet. It's like, bro, like we've seen the results of being public about this shit. You can do all this shit in private, bro. The same way all of us do shit in private.